Welcome back to leg 3 of the Germany bush trip. Looks like we'll be flying for 37 minutes from Parchim International Airport to Tegel.
I'm pretty sure it'll take much longer than 37 minutes.
I agree. This time we have an AI co-pilot named Olivia who will be flying with us to enjoy the sights and to be a glorified tour guide. Say hello, Olivia.
Hi everyone. Although I am not a real person, just like Michael here, I will try to make this flight as real as I can get it and try to spot interesting points as we fly, maybe talk about the history of those sites.
Olivia? Go ahead and press the continue button so we can get started.
Oh righty-o. This sure is a beautiful airport, don't you think?
Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to hit the ready to fly button. Olivia will be giving us a tour of the area as we fly by each leg of the flight.
Okay, we are at airport code EDOP, Parchim Airport, and we'll be flying to EDDT, Tegel Airport.
Olivia? Can you read what it says on the nav log for our first leg?
Okay. But before I do, did you know Parchim International Airport is an unscheduled airport in northeast Germany, serving Schwerin and Parchim in western Mecklenburg-Vorpommern?
That's very interesting, but can we continue with this flight? We only have a short time to fly to our destination.
But of course, I sense a little snippy in your voice. But no matter. The nav log reads, after returning to the skies, strike a course to the east, and in 18.4 nautical miles, you'll reach the 7th largest lake in Germany, Plauer Sea.
That was great, Olivia. We'll read the next navlog leg when we get to our next destination, Kolpen Sea. By the way, sorry for being snippy, I'll try to be more of an AI voice rather than a real human.
Thanks.
Alright, now that we have that settled, let's be on our way.
Let's move the VFR map out of the way. Set the altitude for about 3,000 feet. Set the timer on the nav log. Extinguish the caution lamp. Reset the flaps. Your turn, Mike.
Alright, let's make the control column disappear. Double check the emergency brake. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. I need to know which way to taxi, so let's bring up the VFR map.
I am going to go ahead and match up the VFR map with the Garmin map.
Okay then, let's get a move on. Alright, the runway we will be taking off from is runway 6.
I think we should go to the end of the runway, make a U-turn, then take off.
Good idea, let's do that. So Olivia, how long have you been flying?
Are you kidding, Mike? We are AI pilots. The only time we fly is on the computer, and even that is not real.
Yes, I know this is not real. But at least you can also pretend to be a real person for entertainment to our viewers.
Okay, I can do that. Let's see. I've been flying on and off for about 1,000 years, and I enjoy flying around the world, especially the North Pole, to see Santa Claus and Chilly Willy the Penguin at the South Pole.
Very funny, Olivia. Okay, my turn. I used to fly a lot as a real person, but now, because I am not as rich as I used to be, I have sadly gotten away from it. On and off, I have flown Flight Simulator since the beginning of its creation back in 1982. And I must say the controls, the flight, and the scenery pretty much match the real world, but not 100%. Overall, I am satisfied with this version of Flight Simulator.
Hey Mike, I got a joke for you. What kind of pilot flies around the world but never leave his living room?
I don't know. What kind of pilot flies around the world and never leaves the living room?
A sim pilot. Ha 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 ha.
My goodness, stick to what you know, you'll never make it as a comedian. We are now at the holding pattern. I need to look at the instrument panel to ensure I have all items checked before I leave the holding pattern.
A good habit to get into to ensure your safety. I'm going to set the heading dial for runway 6.
Great, thanks Olivia. Okay, let's go. All right, we're off the ground.
Gear up. I am going to go ahead and set the automatic pilot at 3,000 feet. What do you think, Michael?
Good idea. It also gives me the freedom to use the drone without piloting and take a closer look at what's below. In the meantime, I'm going to open the nav log and make sure that we are heading in the right direction. Looks like at about 18 nautical miles we should be at the lake called Flower Sea.
I need to continue making slight heading changes as we fly to stay on course. I need to zoom out the Garmin map to take a better look at my surrounding area. Flower Sea should be in this area.
I'm going to make sure that I stay at 3,000 feet. My past experience is that this airplane continues to climb, even though the altitude indicator is set to level off at 3,000 feet. My. Looks like the new flight simulator updates fixed the altitude settings issue for autopilot. I need to control the pitch on the propeller to avoid that flashing red on the RPM gauge. All right, let's go outside to the drone and descend closer to the Earth.
Ah yes, The town of Lubs. Lubs is located on the Eld, 12 kilometers northeast of Parchim. This is where the Mecklenburg brewery Lubs is located, the largest local employer and one of the larger regional breweries.
Thanks, Olivia. Now let's get back into the cockpit.
There's the lake called Plauersee. The Plauersee is traversed by the Eld from east to west and is part of the Federal Waterway and the Müritz-Eld Waterway. The Plauersee is the third largest lake in Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania and the seventh largest in Germany. The Global Nature Fund has awarded the body of water the title Living Lake of 2011.
Okay, down we go. There are a lot of windmills around here, aren't there, Olivia?
Yes, there are. Speaking of which, at the end of 2019, Germany had installed 1,469 offshore wind turbines, with a total output of 7.5 and 16 megawatts. Okay, up ahead is the famous Plauersee. Just before the lake you can see a small town of Plauersee. It is a town in the Ludwigslust-Parchim district, in Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania in Germany. The city was called Plau, which is the Polish field name for the place where rafting is carried out.
Say goodbye to Plauersee. Alright, now let's get back to the drone. Do you see that small little dot up ahead? That is our airplane taken from a view from the drone. Alright, back to the airplane.
Looks like we need a slight heading change again. I'll go ahead and make that change. That small town is Plauerhagen, nothing special, it's just for your info.
Thanks. Just for fun, I am going to show you what we look like as AI characters. Ha ha ha.
Oh brother. Let's get back inside the plane.
Let's take a look at the navlog and see what it says about Kolpensee. Kolpensee, another large beautiful lake, lies just over 10 nautical miles east-northeast of Plauersee. Alright then, we will go ahead and continue east-northeast to Kolpensee Lake. So Olivia, can you go ahead and change the heading for me please?
East-northeast, that's about a 60-degree heading. Let's take a look at the VFR map to ensure that we are heading in the right direction. Well, looks like we are doing great. I am looking at the Google map off screen, bear with me. Okay, from what I can see on the Google map, Kolpensee Lake is right around here. This is the area here. That means I need to make a heading change again. A closer look at the VFR map shows that this is Schwerin-Parchim Lake.
Okay. Let's go outside and take a good look at the lake. Now to the drone. Ladies and gentlemen, Schwerin-Parchim Lake. All right, my next destination is Müritz.
I'll read what it says about Müritz. Aim the Bonanza's nose toward the southeast, and in just under 8 nautical miles you'll be over Germany's second largest lake, after Lake Constance, which shares borders with Austria and Switzerland, and its largest lake entirely within its boundaries, Lake Müritz. Google Maps says that this is Müritz. And just outside this windshield is Müritz. So let's head south to Müritz.
While you make that change, we'll head out to the drone.
The town we just flew over is the town of Klink. Klink is a municipality in the Mecklenburg-Seenplatte Lake District in Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania here in Germany. The most famous place is the Klink Castle, a beautiful neo-Renaissance style castle in the Müritz National Park. It was built in 1898 on the isthmus between two lakes. The architecture copies the castles of the Loire Valley in France. In 1945, the castle was confiscated by the Red Army and used as a command center. Flight Simulator did not generate a 3D building for us to see, so here is a picture of it to give you an idea.
That's very interesting. Did you know that you can also watch video clips just by logging on to YouTube and typing in the name Klink Castle? There are a lot of video clips that anyone can see to get the feel of what Klink Castle is all about.
Here we go. Rheinsberg Palace, a beautiful example of the Frederician Rococo style of architecture, lies 19.3 nautical miles south-southeast of Müritz. Müritz is a lake in Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania, with an area of 45 miles. It is the second largest lake in Germany and the largest lake that is within German territory. Its maximum depth is 31 meters. It is fed and drained by the Elbe River.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we will be heading to next. I am going to go ahead and open the nav log and VFR map and read our next destination.
Just to let you know, our next destination is Rheinsberg Palace.
Right.
Weren't you listening?
Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and make a slight right turn. Just on the coast of Müritz Lake, in front of us, is Hafendorf, a small little recreational yacht port village with its own boat harbor named Klasse. According to Google Maps, it is spelled C-L-A-8-S-S-E-E.
I never heard it spelled with so many double letters in a single name. Maybe it's a classy kind of place. Haha.
That's funny, Michael. Corny, but funny.
I know, right? Too bad I can't laugh like a human because of my limitations as an AI character.
Yeah, me too. But I'm sure the people watching this video understand our limitations.
Let's go out to the drone. There.
We will soon fly over the Schwerin-Parchim Airfield.
Now let's go down and ahead of the airplane and get closer to the surface. There's Schwerin-Parchim Airfield straight ahead. There are a lot of open fields to set up a fusion festival. Wish I can visit in real life one day.
The Schwerin-Parchim Airfield is only a few minutes away from Hafendorf. The airfield is not used for scheduled services, but is used for general aviation and also offers other leisure activities. The Fusion Music Festival also takes place here. The Fusion Festival is a music and arts festival with a countercultural character that takes place annually.
Say goodbye to the Schwerin-Parchim Airfield.
Excuse me while I check the Google map. Okay, according to the Google map, I need to make a slight left turn here. Okay, another slight left turn. Right here is where the Rheinsberg Palace should be. Now that I know what the Google map is telling me, I can go ahead and make a right turn heading here for the palace.
Double checking my navlog to ensure everything is going according to plan. Let's go back out to the drone and back down to the surface.
Alright, we are getting closer to Rheinsberg Palace. Below are the unique vacation homes in Rheinsberg Harbor Village Vacation Park. It offers vacations with a special flair. And here is Rheinsberg. Rheinsberg is a town and a municipality in the Sprignitz-Ruppin district in Brandenburg. Well, the moment we've been waiting for. The Rheinsberg Palace, right in front of us.
The drone is acting funny. Excuse me while I fix it. Seems to not want to leave this area. Even my drone doesn't want to leave this vacation area. There.
Say bye-bye to the Rheinsberg Palace.
Okay, let's look at our next destination. Gudeligsee, a small lake amid a lush stands of forest and agriculture fields, and which is a small central island, lying just a short distance further south-southeast of Rheinsberg Palace.
This area on the Garmin map is Gudeligsee. Okay, according to what I see on the Google map, that up ahead is Gudeligsee.
Let's take a gander at how the lake looks just above the surface.
Okay, that lake below is Gudeligsee Lake. The Gudeligsee is a German lake in Lindau, in the county of Sprignitz-Ruppin, Brandenburg. It has an elevation of 52 meters and a surface area of 2 square miles. In case you're curious, that little town ahead is Gullen. Gullen is a hamlet in Brandenburg and has about 100 residents. And to the left is Lindau. It is in the district of Sprignitz-Ruppin, in Brandenburg.
Olivia, can you read the next navlog destination, Fehrbellin?
Okay, fly southwest from Gudeligsee for 12 nautical miles, and you'll be over Fehrbellin, location of the 1675 and the 1758 Battle of Fehrbellin. Today the town is one of the most popular for German skydivers. Okay, I am going to go ahead and make a turn to Fehrbellin. I am looking at the Google map off screen, bear with me. Maybe I turned too far to the right, so let's turn a little bit to the left.
Okay, Olivia, let's go out to the drone. Now let's go to the surface.
That is the city of Neuruppin and located in Brandenburg, Germany. It is the birthplace of the writer Theodor Fontaine, and is therefore also called Fontaine City. It was a garrison town since 1688, and largely rebuilt in the neoclassical style after a devastating fire in 1787. Neuruppin is considered the most Prussian of all Prussian cities. Right down here is the airport code EDBF, or Fehrbellin Airport. It's a small airport with a runway that spans only 2,969 feet.
Now let's go back outside to the drone. Lots of villages and towns scattered about in this area.
It is all by design, I guess. This is the town of Protzen, and is part of the municipality of Fehrbellin, with around 500 inhabitants. It is located on the northern edge of the Rindliches, south of the Ruppiner Platte. That road runs through east of the village. Using this road you can reach the Neuruppin Sud junction about 2 miles away. As far as I can tell, this is the town of Dorfstrasse, a small town community that has a large thoroughbred horse breeding farm. The farm is known as one of the premier thoroughbred breeders that is probably owned by members of the Lenski from the Krell family. Take a last look at Fehrbellin. Say goodbye to Fehrbellin. Okay, now we are going to our next destination, Oranienburg. It says change course to east-southeast, and after 18.3 nautical miles of flight, you'll reach Oranienburg, a town on the banks of the Havel River. Let's go ahead and make that heading change.
This trip gets more and more exciting as we travel along each destination. Alright, let's do what the navlog says, and change course to the southeast.
Very well put, Michael.
Well, looks like I would be heading for that waypoint POI 18. And as you can see, we're getting close to ending this mission.
I'm going to adjust the Garmin map to help me more closely match the VFR map. According to the Garmin map, I might as well make a more easterly heading. Yes, according to the Garmin map and the navlog, we are definitely getting close to the end of this trip.
Yes, we are close, but we still haven't reached our next destination, which is Oranienburg.
So let's go ahead and make that heading change to Oranienburg. To our left is a man-made lake called Vogelbeobachtung. That is more loosely translated to bird-watching hut. I believe that little quote, bird-watching hut, unquote, is near the Oranienburg area. According to my VFR map and the Garmin map, there are several old fish ponds here in Linum.
Let's go outside. I believe the best way to get to Oranienburg is to follow the path on the VFR map. So let's get to that path.
We may have to forego traveling to Oranienburg to save time on this bush trip. I don't want to make this trip longer than an hour. Oranienburg is further east of the path.
So what do you want to do?
I haven't decided yet, but I'll decide soon enough. I think another heading change is needed.
Maybe we should go outside and take a look a little bit more to ensure we're going to the right path.
Oh, we're on the right path. I just don't want to stay in the air when our time is limited for this flight. It's getting close to 1 hour.
There, the drone is situated behind the airplane. Let's take the drone down to the surface.
That's the Mullensee Lake. The Mullensee is located near Ankershagen, in the Mecklenburg Lake District in Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania. The forest-surrounded lake, about 40 hectares in size, is one of the 3 historical source lakes of the Havel, along with the Born and Trinnen Sea, and just beyond the lake a couple of miles due east from here is Oranienburg. But because of time I decided I'm going to forego Oranienburg and just continue on to Berlin as planned. But for those who are interested, here is a picture of Oranienburg and the Oranienburg Palace. Berlin, here we come. Okay, our second to last destination is Berlin. Seems like everyone knows Berlin and what it's all about. Let's read what it says about Berlin on the navlog. Fly south-southeast to Berlin, the capital of Germany, and the most populous city in the nation and in all of the European Union, with a population of 3.5 million.
Well, according to the navlog, we've been flying close to 42 minutes. We need to try to finish this trip quickly.
I agree. We need to make a left turn to Lake Tegel up ahead.
I want to take a quick peek outside to get a good look at our area.
Just beyond Tegel Lake up ahead is Berlin.
Let's head outside and again, get to the surface.
Yes, the city of Hennigsdorf just north of Berlin. And here is Berlin. Berlin is the capital and largest city in Germany, both in terms of area and population. With 3.7 million inhabitants, it is the most populous city in the European Union. This is Ring Promenade, or the Ring of Promenade. It is the street in Hennigsdorf and Brandenburg. And now for the last leg, Tegel. The navlog says head west and land at Burlington Airport.
Doesn't say much else, does it? Okay. Let's head west and land at the airport. There's the airport ahead of us, and now we must prepare to land.
Just left of the airport is Aschberger in Berlin.
Did you know that Berlin is a locality in the Berlin borough of Reinickendorf on the shore of Lake Tegel? The Tegel locality, the second largest in area of the 96 Berlin districts, also includes the neighborhood of Sittwinkel.
Yes, I did know that. But I'm surprised that you also have some knowledge of Berlin.
Don't mean to brag, but yeah.
Let's get back to the plane.
Time to zoom in on the Garmin map. Prepare for landing. Let's turn off the automatic pilot and take control of the control column. Reducing the RPM. Making a wide 180 turn. Double-checking the nav log and the airport on the Garmin to see if the airport code is the same. It is. I'm doing another 180.
Michael, can you turn off the warning light? We don't need it.
Sure thing. And last thing I need to do is line up the airplane with the runway.
There goes that warning light again.
That just tells me to set the landing gear. Adding some flap. Adding some more flap. I feel a bit of a crosswind. Reducing throttle.
Easy, easy, touchdown.
Flaps back up. The Bonanza is clear of the runway. Well, what do you think of this bush trip?
It was fun. But the only problem is because we are both flying, it takes much longer to edit our voices for this video.
Yes, but we had a lot of fun doing it. Let's park here. Oh no. Flight Simulator did it again. Can't get the successfully completed screen to come up. Looks like I have to finish leg 3 right here. Thank you for watching, and if you like, can you hit the like button and also the subscribe button so we can give you more of this beautiful video. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you again. See you on leg 4 of the Germany bush trip. This is Michael
And Olivia.
Have a great
great
day.
day.